Hello.
Looking at the car wash, yeah. Car wash.
Man,
Looking at the car wash, yeah.
told you I almost died the other day, didn't I?
No, why'd you do that?
Oh, just trying to avoid my 72nd birthday, I guess. I don't know. So I went down there by where they launched the kayaks,
Yeah.
and I walked in front of that greenhouse. The foundation and the seawall's getting knocked away on it. And I looked up at that house, and about the time I did, a bigger than normal, substantially bigger than normal wave came in and knocked me off my feet. And then it just drug me out. I didn't tell you that?
No, why really?
Yeah, did you see the waves when they were big?
Yeah.
From Morro Bay or where?
I saw it here and Morro Bay also. I was watching it all over the place.
So this was several days after. This was a few days after that.
Okay.
And I was just walking down in that area where I walk all the time, and looking back at it, it looks like the water has pushed a lot of sand up towards the seawall and the cliff, and it's very steep right now. And so when this bigger than normal wave came in, it was able to knock me off my feet and then drag me the other direction, just that fast. And then it took me a while to get out of there. I don't know how many waves hit me, but I almost got pulled out a couple of times. Almost got slammed into the cliffs a couple of times, and got sandwiched in between the waves going in and the waves coming out a couple of times. So. And I was able to stand up and go back on my heels and dig my heels in. So when it hit me the next time, it tried to drag me back out, I had my heels dug in the sand, and it just dragged me along the bottom of the sand, made 2 rows underneath the water.
You're on my water. Well, I'll tell you, that's Surf and Gucci, man. I got all sorts of stories.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the closest I ever came, because I have been in the Kern River a couple of times. One time I dove in and didn't expect it to be as fast as it was,
Yeah.
and almost got in an area that I usually would swing out on a rope and drop in the water,
All right.
And I just went off the edge and dove in. Another time I was on an inner tube with my mom and my sister out in the middle of the Kern River, and it got away from us. But what are your stories, John?
Big waves.
Big waves, yeah. Just the power of them. I mean, this was pretty damn surprising to me, to be that close into shore and be that powerful.
I have a lot of endurance,
Yeah,
and so I would get stuck on the inside or the outside paddling in and not being able to fight the current getting in
yeah,
because it's pulling out so fast.
yeah.
And
Well, that's where I was. It was pulling me back out. Kept trying to want to pull me out.
one time I got a good one. Okay, so I'm windsurfing over in Hawaii, and I was off of Maui, and I was riding along. I was by myself. I was probably from here to the Shell station
Yeah.
out at sea,
Okay.
maybe a little further than that. And I was going down and then coming up, and the waves are probably 10, 12-foot swells. They're just swells.
Yeah,
But I could hit them, and I could get in the air, and I could hang glide.
yeah,
And so I'd hang there, and then I'd make my landing, go up the next one, hang glide, just keep going out further and further. And then I made a landing, and my mast broke in half. So I'm way out there. Nobody knows I'm out there. I just get off of work, and I'm out there playing by myself, and it broke. So I had to ditch half the mast, and I took the other half and rolled my sail on top of that, sailed around the mast.
Yeah.
I started paddling toward shore. Well, I'm paddling toward shore about this fast,
Yeah.
and I've got to go probably, here, probably past the shell station.
Yeah.
I remember reaching my arm out. I don't know if you've been to Maui, but the tower at the airport was about that big.
No,
So
I've never been
I'm
there.
out there half a mile out. And the current is taking me around the island. And if I don't get to shore and I don't hit Lanai, I'm on my way to Tahiti.
Man. Well, you'd never been to Tahiti, had you?
Yeah, I've been there twice.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, well, I'm never going to forget this.
I guess not, huh?
And I've also been catching waves and been catch a wave, kick out and get stuck on the inside. And it'll be a rock cliff and nowhere to go up.
I got on a,
And you got to paddle out of there and you can't go anywhere because the current's driving you towards the rocks.
I got on a Hobie Cat in Jamaica and headed out
Oh yeah, okay.
and got stuck out there and couldn't get back in. They had
Did
to,
you flip
a guy had to come get me. Yeah, I couldn't get it back up by myself.
Oh, it flipped over on its side?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Anyhow, I'll talk to you later, John.
Oh yeah.
Let's go back and check out this she shed. That is quite the she shed. I like it. Very nice. Set down camera. Set down camera. Shut down camera. I don't want the blower. No. I don't want the blower going. I'm heading on the ramp until I see what's going on. It's the same area. Now here comes a bigger one. And watch this. Now look at this. Look at this. Two of them come together now. Wham! Bam! See how that comes off of that? You see that? See how, look at that river right there. See that? That's a river. That's right where I was. Right where I was. I usually have a hat on. Yeah, I gotta move on out, huh? Go in here. Go to the other stairs and back around. egress. And you have some place to go here. Keep an eye out and have some place to go. It has been up here. It has been up here. And watch it. Do not go that way. Do not go that other way. No. No, 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 no. See that spot right there? Hey. Don't go that way. It's really dangerous right now. Hi. Hey, this way is really dangerous right now.
Okay.
So don't go past these stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
That area right there, I almost died there a couple of nights ago. Well, about a week ago. And it was about like this. So there was a wave that came in and
waves would come over, right?
well, there was one that was coming in and it overlapped another one, so it was double. It knocked me off my feet and then it just drugged me out. So
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Yeah, because it looks inviting, but then...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I've walked there a million times, and usually the most I get is my ankles wet.
Yeah,
But this time the beach is slanted, sloped so much,
Yikes.
it just,
Knocked you over. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just, a week ago. 2 weeks ago. It was like that. Do not go that way. This is what it was like the other night. Let's see, how are you going to do this? Maybe you can do it like this. No. Yeah, like that. Okay, so go like that. Maybe, huh? Oh no, you're gonna need to get it on a bar. Like right there? Yeah, like right here. Perfect. U580. So let's go.
You taking a picture? No, just step.
Oh, go ahead.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, you can do that this way. Yeah, right there. Okay. Pretty damn level too. But you want to go this way with it. Out to there, yeah. Video. Okay, so watch this. I was walking right here in this area. There's a greenhouse up here. It's got a retaining wall that's being washed away. And this is a little stretch of beach that I've often walked. And see how the water comes in and it might be getting your pant leg wet, but every once in a while it doubles up, a wave doubles up. Now that one came in a little bit further. But if we wait for a minute, there'll be a wave accumulate here that'll come back and another one will come on top of it. This is one of those, but it's still not as intense as it can be. So you see that doesn't look bad, and you can walk through that. You can walk in this area to that other part of the beach. Looks like no big deal. But if you watch for a minute, and I'll tell you when it's going to happen, you'll see a bigger than normal wave start coming in, and one of these littler waves will catch up with it, and they'll join like right about, this one here is kind of almost there. See how that comes in up to those rocks at the base of that house? Eventually, it'll double up enough so that it'll slam up against these rocks. There'll be enough force to knock you off your feet and into those rocks. Now see how there's almost like a river coming down here, going back out to the ocean? Just imagine a massive amount of water going in that same path. Now see how it comes together and it hits in this area? Now watch, here's one that's almost like that too. Just depends on the angle that the particular wave comes in and the timing with how it lines up with the wave in front of it and the size it is in the sequence of groups of waves that are coming in. Eventually, yeah, you can see how fast the water's flowing back out right at that point especially. It's kind of a little dip groove right there that makes for a really great riptide going back. And it's irresistible. Once it grabs you and lifts you off your feet, it's got a hold of you. It can slam you into those rocks. It can take you back out. It'll drag you under the water. It'll be a massive force like you've never experienced in your life. What they tell you to do is to swim out with it and then come around to the one side or the other till you're out of the riptide and then swim back into shore. But that assumes that you're going to have enough strength once you get knocked down and slammed around a couple of times and sucked out, that you're going to have enough strength in that freezing cold water. Now look at this one. This one's a little bit bigger than normal. Now see there? Not too bad though. But see how it makes another wave going back out? Now here comes another one. Boy, this is starting to get there now. Now we're getting someplace. Let's see if this one slams into those rocks. Yeah, that was the biggest one we've seen so far. But they're getting bigger. You know, just depends. See how fast the water rushes back into the ocean? They just double up once in a while. And you get a higher than normal one. That's enough to catch you by surprise, knock you off your feet, and suck you right in there. And the next thing you know, you're dead like me. I mean, I was almost dead. I was underwater looking at the sand, being slammed into the rocks and sucked back out into the ocean. And just a couple of nights later, that lady in Pismo Beach got knocked off her feet and drug in with her kids. A woman from Virginia didn't make it out. Her kids were rescued, fortunately. But unfortunately, she didn't make it. Well, I still haven't seen anything like what I witnessed the other night yet, but I think we will see it before too long here. But at least you get the idea. These are pretty consistent. Sometimes they'll hit the rocks, and sometimes they won't, but they're not doing too much damage. But pretty soon you'll get a couple of them double up on top of each other and come slamming in towards that rock. That's why that rock is all giving way. So this used to be a retaining wall here, and that's all getting knocked away. You see how it's all getting chewed up? Let me focus in on that. Zoom in here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you can see how that retaining wall is getting beat up. So this is the area I'm talking about right here where we're zoomed in on, right? This area right here. Watch this. It's still not too bad, but we'll just wait. There'll be one that'll be bigger than normal. See how those waves hit together? The one's coming in, the one's going out. And then they double up with the next one coming in. So you got one coming in, one going out. They hit each other, they stand still, and they wait there for the third one to come in on top of them. And you got three waves coming, the water from three waves coming in at you at the same time. It's just, it'll overwhelm you. That with the freezing cold, suck the energy right out of you instantly. Now the water right now is flat, almost looks like a lake out there when you look out at the ocean. Pretty flat. But my theory is that we still will see some big waves hit that retaining wall at the base of that greenhouse going north from the second stairs in Shell Beach. I'm going to change perspective a little bit, move the camera. Let's bring it down here and see how that works.